Hi everyone, my name is Angel, and for my Stackathon project, I decided to make a running game using Phaser 3. So this is the starting screen. The main page is actually made up of several layers. I had to figure out how to control the clouds, the bouncing logo, and putting the ground, and this button over here. So the point of my game is that when you press play, you have a little cat that you're supposed to jump over crates, and the more crates that get generated, the more points you get. So for the most part, I got most of the game that I wanted out, except for the fact that when I meant endless, I actually wanted to be able to do a game over. So as you can see, the cat crashes into crates. It doesn't actually end the game. So I mean, I guess I lived up to the whole endless running, because it's literally going to be running forever until you get bored of it. Phaser 3 is relatively new. It kind of got released in February, and there's really not much documentation out on it. A lot of the tutorials that are available are all for Phaser 2, and they're really not applicable to what I wanted to do. Initially, I think I spent 2 or 3 days kind of scratching my head and wondering what exactly I was going to do, because I can't actually do anything with the tutorials that were available. There was a moment in which I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go to Phaser 2 and give in, but since I didn't want to just deliver a product and be too stubborn about I couldn't learn the framework, I decided to just kind of go with it. And this was my last-minute success yesterday when I finally figured out how to make this cat move in the way that I wanted to. I had to do a lot of spelunking and just crawling through their documentation and just reading the comments that the programmers made, because the way that I built my project, I wasn't actually able to use console log. I actually had to use their built-in debugger, and I had to learn that along with how to use Phaser 3 properly. So did I accomplish my initial goal? For the most part. I mean, I have a cat that jumps across the screen over boxes. He can't quite jump high enough to go through the stack of 3, but I do have a game that runs continuously and will generate as many boxes as I have the patience to play the game for. So I'll count that as an accomplishment. I did manage to make something that does a thing, because by Sunday night, I was pretty sure I was just going to be showing, my presentation would be just the cat jumping across the screen instead of jumping over boxes. Or I had a lot of problems figuring out how exactly to make those boxes stack, because when you make something like this, you don't actually think of physics, how objects stack on top of each other in real life. So I had to declare okay, this thing has a body, and if it does this, then it will stack on top of each other and whatnot, and I have to use a lot of the documentation available in order to make it do a thing. In terms of future improvements and what I want to do with this game, I mean, right now the music goes on forever. I can't really have any control over it, except to pause it, mute it manually on my computer. So maybe I can add some control for that and actually make a game over screen for my game, because I don't think I have the patience to play this forever. And also maybe add a bit more variety in my background, since all I have is a scrolling background and mountains in the distance. So I guess that is my Stackathon.